People often ask, what's the difference between a mindfulness course and a mindful self-compassion course? The main difference is to do with the intention and the focus. On a mindfulness course, you learn how to meditate and how to use these skills to reduce stress, to respond to the challenges of life in a different way, cultivating more awareness and presence. On a mindful self-compassion course, you're learning how to be more self-compassionate, cultivating a sense of more connection, shared human experience, and self-kindness. Basically, learning how to treat yourself in the same way that you would somebody that you really care about, and using meditation as just one of the ways to cultivate a more self-compassionate relationship with yourself. Both of these courses resource you to manage the inevitable challenges of life. Both courses are oriented towards supporting ourselves when things are difficult and making choices that are kinder to ourselves. But on a mindfulness course, the compassion part of it is more implicit. So we use the language, for example, of befriending our experience as part of learning to meditate. At the same time, there's much more focus explicitly on training our attention and developing our awareness. On a mindful self-compassion course, the focus is on the relationship that we have with ourselves. How are we speaking to ourselves? What's that internal dialogue? And how do we respond to ourselves when things are difficult? Both mindfulness-based stress reduction and mindful self-compassion are beginner courses. So they're open to you whether you have experience of meditation or none. If you're thinking of attending a mindful self-compassion course as a follow-up to a mindfulness course, then it's important to consider the differences, because mindful self-compassion is not really mindfulness level 2 in that sense. During your weekly sessions, there is actually slightly less meditation on the mindful self-compassion course. Formal practice in the sessions is usually only about 20 minutes, whereas on a mindfulness-based stress reduction course, across the 2 hours of the session, you might do a variety of stillness or movement meditations that could be up to about half the session. There's a lot more informal practice on a mindful self-compassion course. So that means ways of developing being self-compassionate that don't involve meditation. So in that sense, the home practice, what you do between the sessions, is a lighter load than it is when you're on a mindfulness course. And finally, the feel of the weekly sessions themselves is a little bit different. Mindful self-compassion isn't therapy, but it is therapeutic. And incorporated into the training itself are some approaches, ways of looking at things that may be familiar to some of us from the experience of counselling or psychotherapy. Both these approaches are about supporting you being well in mind, body, and heart. I hope you found this description of the similarities and differences helpful. Please do reach out to us at the Mindfulness Project if you've got any questions before signing up for a course.